These are the plaintiffs, Susan Felice and Anthony Moyo. Susan says the defendant took advantage of a misunderstanding regarding a repair bill for her car. And now she's trying to duck out on paying for the work they did. That's right, there was a clerical error on the bill. The plaintiff only paid $56 on an $800 bill, and they're owed $744, the amount they're suing for today. This is the defendant, Kim Copper. She says it's not her fault the amount the plaintiff's receptionist charged her for the car repairs. She was simply handed a bill, paid it with her debit card, and left. She feels like she's the one who's being taken advantage of by the unscrupulous plaintiffs, owes them nothing, and feels the judge is going to agree. She's accused of skipping out.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Juniper Auto Repair, represented here by Susan Felice. You're the receptionist, and Anthony?
I'm the owner.
And your name is?
Moyo.
Moyo. You're the owner. You are suing Kim Copper for $744 that she owes for car repairs.
Yes.
Usually people don't get their cars if they don't pay the money. What happened here?
What basically happened is Kim dropped her car off on the 13th of August, okay? She went on vacation, all right? And my guy did the bill, gave her the estimate, okay? When he wrote the estimate, he missed charging out 2 struts. He only charged out 1 strut on the original estimate, which I have here, Your Honor. So when I called her when she came back from vacation, when I told her what the total bill was, she was a little upset because...
Why? Because the estimate had been what?
The original estimate.
The estimate had been what?
$713 plus tax,
and
which was
new estimate was
$899. Okay, when she got a little upset about that, I said, "Look, I'll work with you. Meet me halfway. You know, we could work something out." So basically, I told her, "Let's call it $800 even." Okay, which I didn't think was too bad. She said she didn't have the $800. She only had $744 in cash. I said, "Well, okay. If you want to pick up the car tonight, bring me the $744. You'll owe me the $56." Okay. I was expecting her to show up that night, okay? She never showed up. Now, the next day, she come in, okay? Now, I work a job during the day. I'm not there in the day. But what happened the next day?
Go ahead, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The next day, you know, I come to work as normal. It's a busy day. Kim came in, and I pulled the bill, and I took the bill down, and I showed her the bill itself. I passed it to the customer. This is your total. Could you please sign it? She handed me her credit card. I mistook the balance for her balance because sometimes in this situation, they maybe have made a deposit, okay?
Let me see what you have in your hand.
She gave me the credit card. I ran the credit card as normal through the credit card machine. I handed her back the card, stapled the receipt.
Hold on. So what you saw
was his notes on the telephone.
So these notes here
is what he made while he was on the phone with her that evening.
I was on the phone the night before with her. That she was going to have a balance of 56.
Hold on, are you being apologetic about it?
No, I'm not being apologetic about it.
I don't mean towards her, I mean towards him, because his notes are kind of confusing. I see exactly why you ended up charging $56.
Absolutely,
I didn't think I was gonna. I'll say it. You work for him. You can't say it, but I'll say it. I see exactly why you would look at that and say, oh, maybe she left a $744 deposit and you charge her $56 because the notes are kind of vague, right?
I've had this instance in the past.
Sure.
And most of the customers will say.
What's the relationship between you two? Just employee boss?
I'm just an employee.
Okay, don't get so excited. So what happened here? Did she say to you, oh, no, that's not right. I'm supposed to give you $744?
She didn't say anything.
She didn't. Okay, so she got a bill for $56. She signed it. She left. When do you realize, or who realizes?
When he called me.
When I came in at 2 o'clock, okay, I seen Kim's bill, $56. I said, oh, she paid the $56 by credit card. So I went into the safe, because they usually drop the money into the safe, to go look for the $744 cash.
Right.
There was no $744 cash.
Right.
So I got the phone
Okay,
call.
so I called her right away.
Right.
I said, hey, what happened here? And then I tried calling Kim. Okay,
Wait, so when he called you, were you like panicking, like, oh?
Yeah, he made me cry, but
he
that's
made you
all right.
cry? Wait, he made you cry. He made you cry. He
You
made
want his
your car-
exact words,
okay,
Your
but
Honor?
hold on. So what was his exact words? No, yeah.
my head on my head.
He did what? That you had your head in a certain body part.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, Miss Copper.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's
How
going
are
on?
you? Well, I took my car, as they said, to the shop to get it fixed. And I was out of town when it was repaired, supposed to be. And when I returned, I got to the shop, which the car was not repaired.
What'd you get done, by the way?
My car was smoking, and whatever, I'm not a mechanic.
What did she get done?
Judge, she got a water pump, she got front struts, stabilizer link bushings, wiper blades, okay? That's everything she got done.
Okay, so according to you, you get to the front, to the cashier, you expect to be charged $744, and what are you charged?
I never looked at the bill. She had the bill. I gave her my card. She charged my card. I folded the bill, folded the papers, put them in my pocketbook, bought gas, and went pumped the gas and left.
Okay, I have no problem with that.
3 hours later.
Then when you get a call,
Okay,
this is where you and I are going to have a problem. When you
She
get a
gives me a
call,
call.
what happens?
She gives me a call, and she said, no, well, he said, you was charged the wrong thing. I said, how? What did she charge me? The bill was $744. He said, she didn't charge you that. You need to come back to the shop. He never said what she charged me, and I was driving, so I couldn't see. So by the time I got home, which was late, from Jersey.
How far is your home from the shop?
My home from the shop is 5 blocks.
Oh, okay.
About 5 or 6 blocks.
Okay.
But the time that I got back, they were closed.
Right, okay.
So when I woke up the next morning, they didn't call me 35 times saying this, that, the other. The police
what was
on their way
this?
to my
What was
house.
that? And what was the other? The only reason they're calling you is because you're not. Because there's no.
Yeah.
Listen, if you had said, I'm going to be there tomorrow, don't worry, you think somebody would call you 35 times?
The car was never fixed. I had to take it somewhere else to get it repaired and paid over again. The same thing. I have a
Let me
receipt.
see what you have in your hands.
Had to repay this car.
Okay, this is an original bill that shows you paid $139 the very next day to have an oil change. And
That was the same day.
light bulbs change. Do you understand that that's
sorry.
different than having water pump change, having struts change, having stabilizer link bushings change, replacing your wiper blades? Right? You understand that that's not the very same thing. That's just you also did something else to your car.
Yes.
This is just a piece of paper with some scribbling on it. This is a bill for $900 that's basically the kind of receipt that you can buy at Walgreens and then you fix it in. Okay? And let me see some proof you paid $920 to somebody.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin in front of the TMZ Hollywood Tour Bus. Question, does she have to pay the $800? You're nodding no?
No, because if the clerk made the mistake, that's their fault. They should get a new clerk.
Okay, it may be their fault, but she knew she was getting $800 worth of work.
If it's in the writing, then she has to pay it. But if it's not,
Well, if the writing, they made a mistake.
Ethically, I think she should.
Legally?
Legally, no, maybe, but ethically.
Wow, going inside the courtroom.
That's the receipt for it. That is the receipt.
How'd you pay it?
I paid cash.
How come it?
I put a deposit on it.
Where's the original one?
Right here.
Okay, let me see the original one. Okay. What's the name up here?
Mr. Fix It.
And what's this for?
It's for my car.
No, honey, I know it's for your
For
car.
the smoking, my car was smoking.
Why didn't you take it back to them
Right,
if they had just
exactly.
fixed it? Because you don't want to go there because then you're going to have to fork over $744.
No,
but if they have a repair, I assume you have a warranty on your repairs.
Your Honor,
mean-
I back my work 100%. I've been in business 30 years.
I don't even know what this is. What can you figure out what this bill says?
Yeah, could I
Tube
see it,
seals
please?
or something? Some
I would
such
love to see that. It looks like he put some kind of a gasket. The only word I can understand is gasket down there.
That's the only word I can understand.
Yeah. Oh, see, it's got nothing that says nothing about any of the other work that I've done. Even the receipt, the date was altered. I mean, you could tell it's an altered receipt. I mean, I'm a legitimate business. I've been in business 30 years. I stand behind my work.
Yeah, I'm not accepting this as evidence. First of all, the original date on it appears to have been 6, not 8, June. Second of all, the date is clearly altered. Someone has written over it. I can barely read it. Third of all, it's just a plain old receipt that you can buy anywhere and write whatever you want on it. And fourth of all, there's no proof that payment was made. None of it doesn't say, there's no, I mean, anybody could do this and say, oh, look, the car didn't work. No. And fifth of all, because I can't remember what number I was on, there's no evidence that that is anything that this was. When somebody doesn't fix a car right, what you have to end up doing is give them a chance to correct it. And at a minimum, if you don't trust them anymore, prove to me that the next person who fixed it, even if you didn't have all these little problems with the dates, that the next person who fixed it says, either in an affidavit or comes in here and testifies and says, listen, the water pump wasn't put in right, the struts weren't repaired correctly, the wipers are old, whatever it is to show that you shouldn't have to pay this bill. It has to be related to this. But on top of that, the thing that slays me is that I know that there's nothing else wrong with that car, because if there had been and you had paid them, you would have gone right back there. What happened is that you made a mistake and you were taking advantage of it. Why? 'Cause you could. That's what happened. That is what's wrong with America. You know that? Because this is the kind of low-level boil of dishonesty that really makes life miserable. Most people will not be victims of a robbery. Most people will not be, hopefully, victims of a burglary. But this kind of thing, where clearly you screwed up, but so what? If I owe the money, I owe the money, and I pay the money.
You sleep well at night.
$744 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on right there, please.
Wow. What was that like?
I was not pleased with the outcome of it. I was not pleased with the outcome of it.
Yeah, I know, but what about how you looked in there trying to get away with there? They made an honest
Getting
mistake.
away,
They made an honest mistake.
And I tried to correct it, but they started harassing me.
Okay, so hold on now. Don't walk toward there. That's the way out. But don't go yet. Why didn't you just pay him?
I tried to pay him.
She tried to pay him.
Yes, she tried?
She tried to pay him, but they started harassing.
Harassing to pay.
Yeah. They started calling her every
To
day,
pay.
every day, every
To
day.
pay.
The money wasn't even the problem.
All right. All right, so step on in here and
you doing?
next to her over there, okay?
Oh, next to her over
What are you harassing them to pay for?
You know what? The first time she said we were harassing her, okay, we stopped calling her. We sent her a certified letter.
We called her 3 times.
He made you
3
cry.
times.
What kind of
He
guy is
did.
what kind
It's
of guy is-
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Why is
I'm
it
a big
okay?
girl.
Yeah? What are you
Things
making
happen.
her cry for? What's the matter with
I
you?
was angry.
What did
very
he say?
angry.
What did he say to you?
You don't want to know. Really?
Did he ever apologize to you?
Yes,
'Cause
he did.
He's going
I did
to. I thought he was going to right now.
He's been in
front of
business
everybody.
30 years. He's a good boss.
All
Good
right,
man.
Okay. Harvey?
She screwed up.
Okay, Kurt, look, if this is an obvious mistake and the person, the customer, has not changed positions relying on the amount or whatever, then the bottom line is you have to pay.